Well, guys, today I wanted to just go through some low cap meme coins. Some of these actually are utility as well. I was just bored yesterday, so I created this watch list just for a video. I only own one coin on this list. This is not me. Any coin I talk about, it's not that I buy the coin or I think the coin is good. I just like talking about these coins and just going through some of the meme coins and giving my thoughts on them because some of them are interesting. It's just crazy the PvP environment we're in. People like recommending what coin should I buy, and it's like the first 50 coins I didn't even know existed. Like that's where we're at with the amount of coins in the crypto space. It's just, I know a lot of like the top Ethereum ones, and these are pretty much all Ethereum outside of one base coin. But this is Sharp Link Gaming on Ethereum. It's SBET. That's the ticker. This is the meme coin based off of the actual stock, Sharp Link Gaming, which has pledged to buy up a bunch of Ethereum. The current stock is trading at around 3 billion, and this coin is at a pretty crazy low. Its recent local low wasn't even this bad. It was around 1.7, 1.8 million. It's wicked a few times to around 12 or 13 million. But it's kind of interesting because this company made this huge bet on Ethereum, but they're an actual company, so they're not going to have a coin. So that's where this meme coin comes into play, the idea of it. And I've constantly seen this coin when you look on Deck Screener, and it's always like on the first page or the top of the second page. It's project inspired. See, this is the annoying thing. I don't know if this is because they would be labeled a parody account or whatever, but you need like the community stuff. I don't understand. I don't get it. How is that good for the project? You need an official page, So when I go to their X, there's actually no X. It's just the community tab. I never understood that. That's like a Solana thing, and so they've got it here. This is what the actual stock is, I guess, right now. You can see the stock's at $15. It's been it's been down 18%. Total market cap is around 2.7 billion, and they basically just pledged to buy a bunch of Ethereum. So it's an interesting one because they don't have an actual coin. Obviously, they're a company. They've got a real stock, but this would be the meme coin on Ethereum. They want to buy a bunch of Ethereum, so it's pretty funny. This is an actual utility coin, I believe. Yeah. So this is Block Street. I believe this has to do with Trump's project. They want it to be like a bridge from Wall Street and traditional finance to the crypto sector, and that's where this comes into play. You see fully diluted. With these utility plays, you have issues with the fully diluted, and you'd have to look at the vesting schedule, obviously. That's why I don't like investing into these type of coins. You've been around crypto long enough. A lot of now this coin, maybe it's different because I know it is tied to Trump's USD1, the stable coin. So maybe this is different, but most of the utility coins are just meme coins with extra steps. They offer very little utility. And that's kind of how it is with any startup project in any new space. I mean, crypto is still an emerging space, but you have to understand and kind of take utility plays at face value because with these utility plays, you have to contend with vesting schedules and people getting supply for free and just dumping it immediately onto the market. Like this coin now, I don't know what this is. This is an invalid chart because I've seen the actual chart for Block Street and it's not this. So I don't know what this is because it was originally lower. It was around like 20 million. Then it boomed up. I mean, this coin was at around 120 million. You take a look. This is a legitimate project around 16K. The first official USD1. So USD1 is Trump's stablecoin native launchpad. So it is a launchpad based off of Trump's stablecoin, basically. And the idea of Block Street, Wall Street, you kind of play off of words there. Trump's new coin, which is doing terribly right now, is also trying to connect traditional finance to decentralized finance, and so that's where that coin is. So that is an actual utility play. This is digital gold. So I've seen probably 5 or 6 different versions of the idea of having an actual digital gold coin called gold. There's the I think it's called standard gold, and then the ticker is bar. There's another one that's called AU79, which is the chemical name of gold on the periodic table. And that one I think is actually doing decently on Solana. But it seems like they always do these projects wrong. This is just like look at this. Digital gold. I mean, but what is the actual like if you're gonna make this is what I always think about like a project like digital like why not do it creative to where digital gold should be based off of staking. You should offer major staking rewards for like a digital gold coin and buy up 50 to 60% of the supply, be able to burn it so you don't deal with inflation, maybe have microtransaction fees so there's no inflation, and allow people to stake for multiple years. And you could legitimately through blockchain manipulation and manipulating the coin with staking, you could have a significantly higher return than the gold in real life, because the gold in real life now has a valuation of $22 trillion. So to me, there is the idea of creating a coin called gold, or maybe called AU, because that's the chemical makeup of it and it's more creative, and then have some type of aggressive schedule to where you can stake it, kind of like mining for gold, but you stake it for multiple years and then it appreciates over time. But none of these projects really do that. They're all just, I mean, but what is the point of this? It's just gold. I mean, there's a lot of projects that are just gold. So, I don't understand that. This coin is the pronunciation of this is Des, I believe. The U is silent. It's not D. It's not Desu. It's Des. And this is like a 4chan cult type thing. By the way, my coin 4chan. Somebody sold 58. They clipped 58K today. Very annoying. But this coin, honestly, it's actually performed pretty well. This coin did almost looks like it did around a 30x. It's back around 700K. I was watching it. I just don't really have the money to extend into a coin like this, honestly, at this point. I'm just in my coins, and that's going to be it. The original 4chan meme cult established 2004. So yeah, I've seen this coin a few times just by looking through the Ethereum coins, and maybe it's at a new local low. I mean, it is down from around 3.5 million to 700K. So maybe that's an interesting zone there. This is Rita Elite Order. So this is made by somebody that was in... It was originally made by somebody that was involved with SPX 6900. It was a cult determined to expose the threats of AI. See, the problem with a coin like this is it immediately got a CTO. And the people that CTO'd it got in probably around, 70, 80K. It's at 310K right now. So it's at like a local bottom, just looking at this chart. 310K. Somebody was telling me about this coin. I've got no incentive to buy this, honestly. Mars is such a... I thought this was a really well done coin. There was a lot of money dumped into this coin. And I do think eventually they gave up on it. And now I'm not even sure it's active. I don't think they're active on this coin. 13,500 followers. Yeah, they're not active. So they've given up on this coin, the team that was involved in this. I thought this was a good idea. Make a coin based off of Mars. It's such a seismic thing for mankind to go to Mars, but it's just not... It's not the year. There's no narrative surrounding Mars. Nobody is talking about Mars in the news. The only one is Elon Musk, and that's years away before they try a human mission to Mars. So I guess it's just not the narrative because nobody is discussing it. So there is that one. Wojak. This is a coin I used to be in. I ended up selling out of it because I barely owned any of the supply. I owned like 0.0001% of the supplies. I bought this coin at around 5 million. So I would have bought it way back here, back in like late 2023. And this coin did reach, it's kind of a warped chart. This coin did reach 140 million back during a very bullish time in November of 2024. A lot of these upper echelon Ethereum alts were doing very good. And it's since tailed off. It's sitting at around 20 million now. Wojak, to me, it's like one of the best memes in the past 10 years. It's one of the most famous memes. I'm surprised. I would figure even on the low end, it would be better than Apu. But I guess Apu is related to Pepe in more of a way than Wojak is in terms of the meme community. But this is the main Wojak on Ethereum. I think it should be 1 billion. But even if it goes to 1 billion at this point, what are you really getting off of that in terms of an X? I don't know. But I've always thought this coin should do very, very well, Wojak, on Ethereum. Next, you've got this JD Vance coin. So this coin started running again. It is literally just called JD Vance, and then the ticker is Vance. So JD Vance is a pretty heavy favorite. Oh, look, they've got a nice active they're reposting stuff. That's another thing. If you control a coin's X, there really should be no reposts because it's a professional page. So the only posts that people see when they come onto it should be the coins. But when you repost it, it like sends counter signals, and it's just, I don't think it's a good thing. But see, they're reposting everything. Interesting. They don't even have a ticker, or they don't even have a check mark for this. JD Vance, the MAGA king. Well, I mean, he is the favorite to be the Republican nominee in 2028, but we're gonna have a bear market before then. So it's like this coin probably would pump to I don't know what, like during this bull run, because people may be like, oh, JD Vance is next in line, but it's inevitably gonna tank really hard. It's just I just thought it was funny. The OG Trump coin. So this coin is MAGA, and the ticker is Trump. And Trump actually destroyed this coin by launching his own meme coin. So I remember this coin when it came out, or not right when it came out, but I had bought this coin when I was, I didn't have much money in the market, and I probably made a 5x off of it. But I was buying and selling way back over here, before it did a crazy multiplier. The coin almost went to $1 billion. This was a really fun Trump coin. It really was, and there was one final pump before Trump's inauguration, and then Trump launched his coin on the 19th. This thing was at 158 million. Then it was at 35 million, and now it's had a slow bleed. And now it's dead. It's unfortunate. I like they spent $1,000 on the golden check mark. And this does have the 1% tax on buys and sells, I think. And it goes to veterans. So, really cool coin. It was like the official Trump meme coin of the cycle. Kind of weird to where it topped out in June, yet Trump won the election, and Trump wins the election and it doesn't. I mean, the idea is it would boom, but that goes to show you with these coins based on news, it's such a joke. Like, Trump wins the election, the coin goes down. Same thing happened with Dark MAGA. The same exact thing. Next, you've got NASDAQ 420. So NASDAQ is hanging around at around 4 million. That would be a nice support for it. I mean, that's a significantly higher support than we saw during its last downtrend. So hopefully it does have a new support of around 4 million. Who knows, though? It's crypto, and I'd love to see NASDAQ really blast out to around 10 or 20 million before we enter the blow-off top period, because that's what we really want. Because if we enter a blow-off top with NASDAQ already at around 20 or 30 million, I mean, we're talking about at least 100 million for NASDAQ. This is the only coin I own out of any of these coins. I used to own the MAGA Trump coin. I used to own Mars. And I used to own Wojak. All the other coins I've never bought. And then this coin, this is Zeus. So it's Pepe's dog. This is like a Matt Fury coin. This coin looks bled to shit. This could be an interesting entry. I'm not entering it. But I mean, this coin did reach around 20 million a few different times. And to me, it just looks like it's about bled out. Now, maybe it'll go a little bit lower. You want to wait for it to fully. I mean, look at that. That is a nice, healthy bleed. Maybe you want to wait for the actual reversal. Maybe it'll bleed down under 2 million. Get a better entry. But to me, it looks pretty bled out. It had some really nice. I mean, this is the actual meme off of Pepe's dog, the artwork of Matt Fury, the dog of Pepe. I could understand this coin doing well, possibly going to 100 million. Wouldn't shock me. Maybe it goes higher. I mean, you can't really predict it. Let's be honest. It's crypto. And then this final one, this is a utility play. This is a Polytrader by Virtuals. So this is one of the AI agents as a branch off of Virtuals. This coin is basically at nothing. I know Poly Market now is legal, or is going to be legal in the United States to trade from. So I'm surprised this coin is basically, it's dead in the water. I guess that's a lot of these AI agents are dead at this point. It reached around 36 million. It's at 500,000 right now. And I mean, it's hitting basically its low. It's hitting its floor right now. Let's see if this thing has any traction. Polytrader. It doesn't even have a verification. Polytrader will now be trading on Coinbase using a DEX. So I don't know. I mean, I do like using Polymarket just in terms of looking at different odds. So I was like, oh, this is an interesting AI agent branch off. And it did have this boom. This was when, I think when the announcement came that Polymarket was going to be legal in the United States. because if you bet on Polymarket in the United States, you have to use a VPN because technically it's not legal. But it looks like it's at like it's an absolute bottom right now. I mean, I guess maybe it can go lower. It'll depend on if we get an actual, AI season or an AI agent season, because we could get an AI season with, the agents not doing much, because the agents really boomed back in the winter, and you saw this coin boom up to around 40 million. With a lot of these coins, it's very unforgiving in crypto. This coin may have already reached its all-time high. It's very likely, honestly, it probably already reached its all-time high. Like a lot of these coins, like look at Mars. Mars is just completely bled. Mars is done. Trump is just done. Coins are just bled. I mean, Trump should have endorsed this coin. It would have been so much better than what he did with his official Trump coin. And I had sold out of this coin way earlier, but I'm just saying. But yeah, those are just some coins I just wanted to talk about because I don't know. Either way, guys, make sure you like the video down below. That's going to do it for this one. This is not financial advice.